Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Solomon SK for Whiskey and RPGs. I am a little under the weather right now, so I'm going to try to get through this as quickly as possible. But yeah, we got a lot to cover, and let's just get straight to it. Cheers, guys. This one comes from allchair.com, and I think that's how you say it. And it came out a moment ago, actually, but the people over at CD Projekt Red are in the news because of an investor call that was made public where the vice president of finances, I can't pronounce his name, and CEO Adam Picknin, I can't say that name either, talked about monetization for the upcoming game Cyberpunk 2077. Admittedly, the internet seemed to have sort of a knee-jerk reaction, but remember they said that the single-player part of the game, the part I believe everybody is buying the game for, will have no microtransactions and will be very similar to the Witcher series. They said that they will have a wise monetization, whatever that means, and that it's too early to be releasing any sort of information about multiplayer or what is being monetized at this point. They are most likely going to go cosmetic, in my opinion. If you look at massively successful games such as League of Legends, as the article points out, you'll see many players are more than willing to shell out money for skins that add no gameplay advantage at all. You could probably add Fortnite to the mix as well, minus their purchasable battle pass. Although, admittedly, as an MMO player, there has been a growing number of players who say that even cosmetic items are not that fair because being an RPG means there's a specific way you want your character to look and feel, which is a good point, but companies can't sustain themselves on hopes and dreams alone. I mean, what else can you monetize without being pay to win or pay to convenience? But if I'm missing anything, maybe there is a different way you can monetize things without being that, or monetizing cosmetic items as well. I'm more than willing to learn. I certainly don't know everything, so let me know in the comment section below what that may be. Okay, alright, we're making some progress. Keyword being some, but let's just go over some of the more exciting things mentioned during CitizenCon this past weekend. First thing I wanted to mention was their server-side object container streaming, or SOCKS for short. The TLDR condensed explanation of SOCKS is their version of a saved progression within a persistent universe, I want to say. I'm still trying to wrap my head around their technology. Because they're trying to make a persistent universe with massive amounts of players without having to resort to dogpiling each other, they have to think of new and interesting ways to kind of make it a sandbox MMO without sort of the sandbox problems, I guess you could say. So this explanation was given to us by the YouTuber by the name of Bored Gamer. So players are able to stand on different areas of the server if no other players are there, and it's going to have to remember the data around the player so that when the player reloads back into the area, the data will also reload with him or her. The first iteration of SOCKS will be in Alpha 3.8, which is set to release at the end of this year, but be warned, SOCKS cannot save the data across sessions, meaning the data cannot be transferred to another server. Another bit of technology is called iCache, that will remember the little objects that you placed in the world. So incidentally, you could leave a weapon under a rock and it'll still be there a few days later. I kind of guess it's like Fallout, but in an MMO and in space, I suppose. 3.8 will also save your progress, so no more resets between patches and updates, although they did say they will reset progress if they absolutely have to. Planetary Tech version 4 or V4 will also be in 3.8, allowing for more detailed and high quality textures of planets and moons, which really boggles my mind because the game is already beautiful in the first place. And yeah, I could go on and on and on about some of the things that are happening right now and all the implementations for 3.8 again at the end of this year, but I'm going to go ahead and link Board Gamer's YouTube channel in the comments section below, because he does a phenomenal job recapping what happened in CitizenCon and all the really cool new features that are coming to it. So definitely check out his channel if you'd like. I know a lot of people play Elite Dangerous for now while they wait for Star Citizen to come out. Not everybody. Makes sense considering they're both spacefaring sci-fi simulators in a way, but one of the major problems with Elite Dangerous apparently is the lack of bug fixes, and fortunately they are releasing a huge patch to correct these issues in January. But the beta for this new update will go live from November 27th to December 2nd. Some of the fixes include finding the correct systems in the galaxy map, issues where the keyboard stops working, conflict zones having no content or things to fight, instance splitting while fighting Targoid interceptors. There's a more comprehensive list to be found in the forums, which I will link again in the comment section below. And on a side note, the beta is only for PC, although they may release a console version later on. It's not 100%. I wanted to digress just a little bit here and give a personal shout out to a Twitch streamer who plays this game on a VR headset. He goes by the name of Father Bill, and yes, he's actually a Roman Catholic priest and a huge geek at heart. It's kind of funny because a lot of people think he's cosplaying, but anyways, check out his channel. He has a really cool setup and shows you the wonderful world of Elite Dangerous and all its splendor and glory, if you will. So let him know that I sent ya. Next bit of news comes from MMORPG.com, and Elder Scrolls Online is having a big event, and it's called the Dawn of the Dragonguard. This event will be live tomorrow, November 26th to December 9th. Some of the things that this event includes is double drop rates for defeating dragons and bosses in northern and southern Elsewhere, along with the resource nodes in that area, and also double drop rates for the Wrathstone and Scalebreaker dungeons. Event-related consumables and dragon outfits will also be available for a limited time. They're also supporting charities that helps with animal and pet well-being, one of them called Best Friends Animal Society, and the second one being Four Paws. And they will they will donate $1 for every 5 dragons player slay in-game, up to a total of $200,000, which I think is a pretty good cause. So this is an update I forgot to cover last week, but Neverwinter has released an event called Hell Pit, and it will run from November 21st to December 12th. According to MMORPG.com, it's an event where you collect souls by fighting off hordes of enemies in an arena-style combat. Your survival will be rewarded with tokens based on difficulty, and you can trade those tokens in for rewards including Golden Horse, various other packs and awards. A full list of items can be found at arc8games.com, but I will again also list the link down in the pinned comment section below. And the next bit of news comes from massivelyop.com, and it's pretty interesting to say the least. If any of you guys and gals are interested in farming, but also dating, I know what you're thinking.
That, my friend, is a federal offense.
But you'd actually be wrong. This week, a game called Pumpkin Days, formerly known as Pumpkin Online, has gone into early access on Steam. In the article, it says that you have the ability to do farming, fishing, mining, animal husbandry, and other pastoral pursuits. There are also plenty of romantic pursuits as well, with NPCs that can be wooed. Finally, a game where you can make your bed and plant your seeds. I'm talking about the garden in the game, guys. Anyone who wants to get a farming waifu, here's your chance. All 3.5 of you who are watching this right now. The 0.5 is the guy who doesn't want to really admit it. I'm having way too much fun with this. So it can be played in either single player or multiplayer mode, although the multiplayer portion is, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on which way you look at things, described as potentially very buggy. This is a thing now, guys. This is a thing. Let that sink in. Although, admittedly, I've actually I've actually seen worse, but I'm not going to cover those. The cold medicine's kicking in, so finally and lastly, this update comes from MMOculture.com, and Nexon announced that their mobile title called V4 or Victory 4 is now being ported over to the PC. And as always, the game looks ridiculously gorgeous even for a mobile title, even for a PC title. Apparently, the game is so hardware intensive that older mobile devices and certain PC emulators have a really hard time running the game smoothly. So Korea will be getting this port, but according to the article, there is speculation that there will be a global launch because every game developed by Nat Games has always had an overseas release as well. Anyways, guys, that does it for me. I'm so sorry if this episode seems a little rushed. I'm just trying to get everything done before I start see, I'm already feeling it. This doesn't help. But before the medicine starts really kicking in. So again, my name is Solomon SK. Thank you for tuning in to Whiskey and RPGs, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.